on the ship level
okay,
2.
let's talk about
How's
that
it going,
more
guys? This is
later.
God Cannon back once again, and today we're going to be talking with the developers of Evasion VR. Welcome to the PSVR chat show, hosted by Gamertag VR over there. Thank you everybody for jumping in and hanging out. We got Marisa here who helped develop, Jason of course who all helped work on the, and of course how could I forget Dorky the Awkward. They all helped work on this room. Looks just like Evasion if you've played it, which is really cool. He's got the awesome suit. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoy the show. Kick back, relax.
Cool, the whole gang's here. Excellent. Hey.
Just waiting for everyone to get moving again so we can go through.
All right. Prophet in the house. What's up? Cloak, not a problem, man. So happy you guys are here.
Whose hands are they?
I love you all equally, like my children that I don't have.
No, I do. Sorry,
And JU5, could I get you guys together and take a picture?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
We'll get started here in just a second, guys.
Come here.
Bear with me. Uncle Dave. David Station.
Uncle Dave.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Point. What should I do with my hands? I'm just going to leave them here.
Whatever you guys like.
Wolfen, how's it going?
Awesome. Can I share?
Yeah, they made these sweet suits.
Okay, so it looks like, is everyone ready?
Love it.
Ready, Vel?
Oh, yeah.
Ready.
Okay.
We've all got the fist bump? Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yep.
Let's go and have a look at it.
All right.
Mission.
Green watch, right? All right. Yep. Go.
Okay, ready.
Let's go take a look.
First play.
Oh, I'm excited. Woo!
Game on.
Uh-oh. We're going to be doing something? We might be fighting something. Oh, there's guns. Oh. No way. No way.
I like it.
Oh, I've never been so excited in my life.
Nice.
Everyone grab a gun.
Hey, friendly fire.
You can heal each other by shooting them.
Oh, no way. I was going to ask. That's amazing. Oh, my God. So, guys, remember, this room is themed after Evasion VR. And remember, of course, you can join this room after. GT's getting lit up. You guys can join this room after we're done here.
The sound is great.
And
We're playing Evasion. What do you think?
You can kill each other by shooting each other.
all right, let's go.
Ready? Let's go. We are playing Evasion. This is sick.
Yeah, it's great.
I forgot to adjust it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it looks so much.
We
Oh,
gotta get. Oh, look.
oh no!
Oh my God, it works.
Get him!
Oh, guys.
Oh, something's breaking, no!
This is so much fun.
Something break, no!
What the hell? Yeah, Evasion should be a 10-player co-op game.
Yeah. All right, gotta heal the team. I'm gonna play as the medic. I'm gonna be healing the team up.
Nice.
Oh, man.
There we go. Oh, there's still more!
No.
All right, I gotta shoot some too though. Oh, we got more. Oh, we got more. Oh, this is so cool.
Are they keep coming?
Let's go.
Oh.
Do they respawn or did you kill them all?
Got him.
We got 'em.
Well, no, I think they were spawning.
All right.
We got this.
All right. Let's go. What do we got next? Oh, PvP.
As soon as they walk in.
Oh, look at this. Oh, it looks so cool.
Okay.
This is a lovely soundscape.
Yeah.
Did the last one finally go through?
Oh, looks really cool.
Yeah, let's shoot Jen.
I'm
Shoot
on.
Jen a lot.
Let me pull up my phone.
It sounds so good though. It's so
I
fun.
think it's done now.
It's so good. Here.
Pull up my phone real quick.
Nice.
Make sure I can
Got
see
the
you guys.
tower here.
There we go.
Did you already kill them all?
Looks like they did.
All right.
There should have been some there.
Gotcha. Thank you guys for jumping in. Appreciate you guys. Oh, hold on. We gotta go. We're gonna get left behind.
And I fought Paragords.
What's going on, little bro? How you doing, man?
That should have been working.
Yeah, there should be spawning in 3 areas here. I'll go back with you.
They're having some.
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining in.
We know how.
Really
it is.
appreciate y'all. America, what's up, dude? Thank you for joining in. Thank you for sharing and liking.
Yeah.
So we got the developer for
Oh, what's over there?
this game Evasion right here. I'm gonna heal her. I'm not shooting her. I'm healing her.
Like just like in the game.
A little bit of laser tag coming on after this.
There were. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice. We've reached the end. So
Try and get up here.
there were supposed to be a couple more bots that spawned. Dave Station's really laying it into me, man. So this is Rec Room, but we're doing an interview. So Rec Room is really unique because you can build games out of it. It's like Little Big Planet. So it's basically the Little Big Planet of VR.
We did this in
And
about 2.5 days.
look at all the.
Amazing.
No way.
But yeah, for every show that we do, these guys,
So
Velp
now we can go back
and
to the actual meeting room.
Marisa and a couple other people, Jason. Wow, there's some.
Raining so much.
Wow, yeah, it's like raining. Who's that? Oh, is that Juice?
All the heals.
Ah,
Within a
headshot.
game, within a game.
Headshot. Headshot.
Justin, you became like a clock tower.
We're just healing him. We're healing him too much.
Woo, that was fun.
That was great.
Man, that was amazing.
Wow.
Prophet, they did this in like 2 or 3 days, man.
So
I
good.
can't understand. You know why? Is because these are like the
My
best
team
of the
is very
best.
impressed.
That these are like the best of the best
the magic
creators
man right here.
for Rec Room. They do a lot of community spotlight stuff, and
Yeah, the king.
Good.
yeah, they're pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
Figure out
I can't
why
wait
they
to come
didn't
back and
spawn
revisit
in
this
nice
room.
These are like
location.
birthday.
Once everything is spawning like it should. That's gonna be a lot of fun. This kind of turned into more of a PvP thing.
Celebration being shot.
Yeah.
Hooray!
What's up, Niccolo? It's
Welcome back to the party.
it's a little bit of both. They actually give you some great tools to create this stuff, but
no worries, dude.
it's very time consuming. These guys work really hard to make this, so
Guys, I'm trapped.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
We'll
no.
have to bring you with us.
My hand.
We
yeah.
need to find Justin so we can shoot him.
Just fall, you'll be okay.
Grab my hand.
Oh, look at the flames on us. That's so cool.
Grab my strong hand,
Whoa,
child.
this is terrifying back here.
Warm up my gun. Warm up my hands.
They just fell to death, dude. Oh, they'll spawn back. Oh, no, 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 no.
Whee!
So
Where are we going?
We ready to go to the show?
Yeah, man, we need to go back to that. Well, if they go through the door, we should get an invite.
Yeah, what's up, Shallon?
How do we get back?
All right, GT. We can do this.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
Over there, over this way.
Let me stand up.
We got
Oh
it.
no, I fell.
We found you. What the hell?
Wait.
I don't
Where'd you
know.
come from?
I don't know.
Oh no.
I
Oh god,
stuck.
I am super stuck.
I'm
He
up
died
higher.
for that gun.
I died in
I did the same thing in Skyrim. There we go. And I got out in Skyrim too. Ah!
If you jump down there, you'll fall into the ground and respawn.
Oh. Down
You
where?
gotta go all the way, yeah, all the way down.
All the way down? Okay, let's do that.
You like fall underneath. And
Okay, here we go.
Respawn with it.
There we go. And we're back. Wait, where are we though? Respawn where? Hold on. Oh god, I'm all alone. Let's get back to them. Yeah, sorry about the shenanigans. This level's really great though. You guys got to make sure you come check it out after. Let's see. This kind of... Oh. Yeah, it's JU5, man. Check him out. He's awesome. He's a really good gamer. Jason, no.
When we go in there, the bot should look in the middle.
Okay. I don't know what just happened.
So here we are.
I was like, you know that bit when everyone was scared to use the teleporters in Star Trek?
Oh, yeah.
That was what happened, man.
So this is what the lobby of the game actually looks like, and there's our conference room.
Right, so, Jennifer, hold on, everyone.
Hold
on, everyone. Jennifer, would you do the honors, please, and press the introduction button?
Nice.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
What's up, 12? Check this out, guys.
Oh, wait.
Whoa.
There we go.
Oh, Bacon's on his way.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Dowding, the senior producer on Evasion at Archiact. Thank you so much for joining us in our special Evasion level. We really hope that you enjoy it.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah! Awesome.
Thank you.
Really great.
Thanks to everyone who worked on this.
That was so cool.
Who's visiting.
Hey, look at the DualShock. Oh,
I know, right? It's awesome.
Yeah, these DualShocks look great.
Like, really, really good.
Hey, you guys gonna have to get nice and cozy. Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm cozy.
And they got the...
Jennifer's got her chair.
All right.
I gotta pull a real chair out. Let's see.
Here we go. Put my hand there.
All right, where should
Put one here. Kick back.
I'll share with you guys in here, if you don't mind. I'll shimmy in the
Absolutely.
shimmy in the center. What should we do, Jason? Should we get on without Danish for now, or he's on his way? But yeah, we can get started if you want. Alright, so no worries. So what's up, everyone, and welcome to the PSVR Chat Show. This is your show for insider developer information and to spread the love of virtual reality gaming. My name is GC for Gamecat VR, and to the right of me is Archiact senior producer Jennifer Dowding. She's kindly blessed with her presence today, and she's going to talk about her experiences.
What's up, Breathmania?
In the gaming industry and her team's latest multi-VR platform release, Evasion. So, on the sofas, no worries. We have some of your favourite PSVR YouTube content creators. We've got Justin PSVR. There he is in his outfit. We've got Dave Station VR.
Hello.
PSVR Underground God Cannon.
Hey, yo.
And Danish King is on his way. And we also have a highly talented Strike Force team of master builders.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Dorky the Awkward.
Woohoo!
We've got Marissa.
Yeah.
Clarity isn't here, I take it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's part of it, yeah. Velp and the VR
Yeah,
God.
buddy.
And
Yuki.
the backbone of the PSVR Chat Show, producer Jason Liven.
Oh, yeah.
Well done, guys. This is absolutely incredible. Is that Danish?
That's great.
Yes, I got him. Cool.
I really want to grab my aim controller and start shooting at these.
So, Jennifer, how are you today? You all good?
I'm good. I just want to say, first of all, that this is a really amazing level, and I'm so impressed. And I've been showing the team all day, and we're just really, really impressed by the work that you guys have done here. And frankly, we're just, like, honored. So thank you.
Really cool.
Oh, no,
thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is purely, like, the most, like, lovely form of flattery, and, you know, we're just so impressed.
Oh,
nice.
So thank you so much.
It's you guys that inspire us to do this, so thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
This is our way of giving something back to the community. This is what this is all about.
This is a beautiful thing. I hope it lasts a very long time. I'm so impressed.
Oh, man, this is crazy. This is so good. So anyway, I'm smiling too much. Right, okay. So, let's get down to it. So what was the force behind developing a game in virtual reality?
Yeah, so Archiact has been working in VR for about 5 years now, and this team started out working in Unreal Engine 4 on multiplayer arcade experiences, and then we wanted to make something sort of bigger for the home audience as well, and so we started developing Evasion, and the impetus for it is really to create the kind of VR shooter and game that we really wanted to see made and that we wanted to make, that we really wanted to play. And so it started out a little bit smaller. It was a bit of a wave shooter. We developed it over time. We added a lot of features, and then we made it into a game that we added classes. We eventually decided to bring it to all 3 platforms for launch, and we just wanted to develop the kind of game that was really co-op friendly and really intense. So we wanted people to feel like they were really surviving something in there, and when they'd pull up the headset, that they'd feel like, oh, that they really lived through it. And if you do that with a team member, it's like overcoming something together was really the feeling we wanted to create.
Yeah, absolutely. You was mentioning earlier, so Evasion was in development for over 2 years, is that correct?
Yes, so about 2.5 years. It started as developing a prototype pitch demo piece that we showed to a lot of first parties, and then eventually we took pieces of that and we made it into the larger game, which became Evasion. So the original project, I think some of you might know, that was called Project Electron, and then eventually we enhanced it a lot further with Evasion. One of the major changes in development was to take on Locomotion.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, full Locomotion. So when you say we, how many people are involved in the project?
The team started out around 6 to 8 people, but eventually near the end it was 25 to 30 people, and we hovered around 20 to 25 people through development.
Oh, wow. That is that's brilliant.
Oh, did you gesture
I can
at me?
hear
Sorry.
you now.
Yeah, no worries, dude.
Okay, yeah.
That's a really small team for how good that game looks.
So my question is about the fact that you guys released on all platforms at the exact same time, which doesn't really usually happen. And is that something you planned to do like from the very beginning? And what were kind of the issues you ran into along the way with trying to get everything out the door at the same time?
So we initially built it mostly on PC for Oculus and Vive. We started with Vive. Oculus controllers weren't even out yet when we started. The touch controllers came out while we were developing. And then we were showing it around. We were showing it at different events, and we were talking with Sony, and eventually we wanted to work with Sony to bring it to the PSVR as well. And we didn't want to do anything kind of exclusive for any particular platform. We wanted to make it so that, and especially because in the spirit of co-op and wanting as many players as possible on day one, we wanted to do the multi-platform release, and we worked with Sony on making sure that we could do that because that was really important to us. So that involved taking on the different control schemes. Obviously, there's very different control schemes as we're learning here in Rec Room as well. And then the Sony PlayStation process is much more enhanced in terms of their QA process and making sure that you're following their technical requirements. So that's a big project, as well as the PlayStation being getting performance in line. I can talk about that more, but that's basically the challenges. So performance, taking on the approval process, and then the new controllers. This was added later into the process around December, January of this year.
So she mentioned having as
let's
many
go back
players
to your
as
gaming
possible.
Origins. What other games have you worked on?
So I wonder if they're going to try to add more characters or more players to it.
Before this, I've been at Archiact for about 3.5 years. So I started things for Cardboard and Samsung Gear VR, and pretty much have either published or developed something for nearly every platform now. So if you know Archiact, you know like Lamper and Waddle Home, and then some arcade experiences for
I saw that
China
Waddle
as well,
Home game on sale. I wanted to play it.
2.5 years, which is quite a long time.
Should have tried it.
But previous to that, I was working at a company called DNA. I was doing mostly mobile work. So and obviously I translated that to the Cardboard. So I worked for DNA doing mobile. I worked on a Transformers game. Previously to that,
Gamer tags all DNA.
I worked on an Avengers.
She said Transformers. GT just lost it.
A game called Gardens of Time, which was on Facebook. It was a hidden object game that was really, really popular, but mostly with 40 to 60-year-old women. So, but they're a wonderful, wonderful audience, and very, very, very hardcore. So I like to make hardcore games.
I sure hope so.
Different audiences.
There we go.
Nice. Who we've got next? We've got Justin.
Alrighty, so let's go back in time a little bit here. I'm going to ask you, what was your favorite console growing up or ever in general?
That's a really good question. I would say my favorite console would be the N64.
Nice.
Because that was sort of like a formative console.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love some Transformers?
I played it a ton when I was, I don't know, a bit younger, and then I played it a lot again in university. It's one of those ones that never dies, and I would totally get a new one if they made the little version. Oh my god, I would pick that up in a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And then my favorite game, I would say, is Journey. I absolutely love
Journey.
Wow. It's a really emotional experience, and again, I really love that kind of making, like, sort of like this, where you're sort of making relationships with people in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can't really interact with people in Journey, can you? It's sort of all...
It's all the little... You can't talk, but you have the little chirps, and then... but you also are encouraged to work together, so you do, but in a voiceless way, and I really love that.
Yeah.
Connection. It's awesome.
Yeah, so, I mean, I thought he was going in 64. I thought he was going to go with GoldenEye. I mean, that split screen part.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, too.
Mario Kart.
Hell, I almost just broke my phone.
Mario 64. Super Mario Galaxy, I think, as well, the first one.
Have you played Astrobot yet?
Yes, just a little bit, but I haven't gotten through it. I'm going on vacation soon. I'm gonna spend more time playing games. I'm playing Destiny at home right now. The new DLC. Yeah.
Superb.
But yeah, Astrobot is one of those games I really want to play more because so polished, and I love the attitude behind it. The game design's really good.
I'd say it's probably one of the top polished games we have.
Yeah, we were, it was a real heavy hitter the week before we came out, and we were like, whoa, we weren't expecting, but people love Astrobot for sure. Big fans.
Yeah, for sure. So going back to Evasion, to me, it feels like it does, as you was explaining earlier, a VR arcade game, and some of the enemies remind me of like Space
I'm not a
Harrier.
fan of Destiny either.
What other games inspired Evasion?
Yeah, so I think there are quite a few. Doom is a big inspiration.
I am Astrobot.
Effect multiplayer
Doom
was big for the design team.
Love
and then
some
if
Doom.
you're looking at like the arcade stuff, we definitely found like Galaga and old kind of retro arcade games were kind of inspiration. In some ways, it's like going inside of those games and then making them into a 3D world, but you see pieces of it, elements that you love. So those were all big inspirations.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Who's next? So we've got Danish, but Jason, you're covering?
I got it. So you conceptualized the idea of Evasion when working on Project Electron and saw the huge potential for a first-person shooter in VR, and then developed a demo yourselves. How much of what was in that initial demo remains in the final product we see today, such as like the gameplay, visuals, and mechanics?
Sure. So actually, it's funny you mentioned that because I was just making a video for the team this week where it shows kind of every level of production and going all the way back. We have videos from like December 2016. And so I've recently sort of looked at what was there and what wasn't. So a lot of the enemy, the characteristics behind the AI being based on bugs was developed then, and those some of them still are there. The ants and the skimmers
Joystick, what's up, dude?
Similarly to that point, I'd say the big difference was that it was a stationary, and actually you were on a spaceship in space. You weren't on a level on a planet at that time. And then the elements that are still there as well is very much like the teamwork, so healing each other was there. Cores were there in a slightly different form, but they were there. And we had just started to play with the idea of the tether and being able to grab things and sort of lock and load them into your gun. These were all concepts that were in the original element. And then finally the intensity of it was the thing that we loved about it. So the co-op and then making it really intense was something that we found was unique and drew us to sort of draw out that experience towards a bigger game.
Excellent.
Awesome. Yeah, for sure.
I definitely can say real quick, GT, I don't mean to interrupt. When I saw the tethering thing, the tethering motion that you can do, I was like instantly sold on this game. I was like, I want to do that and power slam stuff like a proton pack or something.
Yeah, the first time I saw it in like a prototype of an engineer just going like, hey, check this out. It was like love at first sight for us too.
Yeah,
we were like,
definitely.
we have got to use that. And then the original tether idea really just came from, okay, well, if the core is over there, I feel like in VR, I want to just grab it right away somehow. I don't want to have to like walk over there and like, you know, I mean, there's some games where
what's
that's
up,
really,
dude?
really great, where you're really interacting with things.
No, we're a little
late
too. We just
wanted really fast gameplay, where you could just, everything is just working for you. It's just coming to
Love
you.
it.
Everything is sort of like trying to make you feel like a champion, so.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, so, where are we? We have seen a lot of games released in VR, but also they support flat gaming as well, so not non-VR versions. Was there ever, I mean, obviously their install base is a lot bigger than VR. Was there ever an idea of putting like the game together?
Joystick, thank you, my man. But
VR
I'm probably never gonna have Super Chat.
So it's definitely something that we've talked a little bit about, but it was never the intent or the design of the game. It was always VR first. So and we work for a VR company and we work in the headset a lot. So it wasn't our intention. We've considered it. The thing is, it's sort of a little bit weird to go the other way. Like, if you think of Super Hot, it's, like, one of the really great ones, but I feel like it was a flat game, and then they added VR, which works for them.
Sir William, look at Danish in the background.
To go the other way, we're just worried it'll be kind of a lesser experience compared to, obviously, the awesome shows that you have, because of the way that we have to work with performance. I mean, we could make things a bit more impressive on flat, for sure, because we wouldn't have to have the performance up, but that would... take a significant amount of work to make it that kind of AAA quality for flat screen, and because it wasn't designed with that in mind, it's a little bit like it wouldn't be as good as the other ones, and then because of the performance issues. So we didn't really want to compete on that level. But that being said, if a big portion of the audience was like, I just kind of want to play this but another way, we would definitely consider it. I don't think we would ever market it as a non-VR game first. It would always be VR first.
What's Danish?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you mentioned earlier about the Q&A process, and obviously Steam and other people don't have that. Do you think there's something that other gamers should be doing that?
Question.
Or
okay.
You know what I mean?
So
do you think like for Steam they should be doing some sort of similar thing?
I think it would be nice for a lot of gamers to get the performance benefits of external taking a look at your performance. It certainly pushes
all these questions are giving me are like freaking paragraphs long.
Obviously, with PlayStation, you have to really maintain your frame rate, and we develop tools in-house, and we worked on it a significant amount that we wouldn't have to consider as much for Steam. One of the big benefits of working on PlayStation VR was it allowed us to take down our spec on PC and go for even lower PCs, which is great because it means more people can play the game and everyone gets better performance. Working with Intel allowed us on the i7 to do even more destruction and foliage, and so if you turn up those settings all the way up to epic on a computer like a 1080 and i7, you're going to see a really, really incredible product. So it's a pretty unique thing to do a lot of different kind of versions of what's not versions, but it's just little enhancements. But it means that everyone can play, and then our focus was really on everyone having the same experience, a very impactful experience, and not feeling like if you're playing on a base PlayStation kit that you're missing anything or lacking anything.
Yeah.
And so we focused on that a lot and then brought more elements up to the higher level PC. So the game core is all on the base PC and base PlayStation, but then there's some little enhancement sort of added on to take advantage of the physics capabilities of a higher end CPU.
Yeah, sweet.
But it shouldn't feel like a different game in any way. It's just a slightly slightly cooler looking game.
I think the only difference I noticed personally was you have like a pistol and a shield.
Oh my God, he's still back there.
And the controls. Yeah, they're very.
Poor
yeah,
Danish.
The two-handed versus one-handed. That is it's different, but we like playing it on both. I play at PlayStation for the most part at home. And then on
a couple
PC,
really good questions.
Yeah, it's just different control
Danish
schemes.
is
also,
stuck
like when
in
you're
the
doing
back.
trailers and screenshots, you have to think about two different control schemes all the time.
No, Shallon, I'm
It
taking
does
his
add a little
questions.
bit,
That's why I keep
to
having to like
the
look down and stuff.
development process. Always thinking about that for trailers too.
Oh, wicked. So
It's a
who we got
unique
next?
challenge for VR.
Yeah, for sure. I love the way you keep doing your hair in Rec Room as well. I'm watching you brushing your hair.
I don't. It's automatically.
Oh man, I'll
animated.
try not to crack up. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just holding my DualShock.
Yeah.
She's very posh.
She's in the flat screen mode right now, so it has automatic gestures. It'll really throw you off. All right. Over to you, Dave.
Sometimes I emote though. I can do a little cheer. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Man, that looks so natural.
Yeah, it does.
Funny.
I really thought it was you the whole time. I was like, she's moving around a lot. Well,
Danish, Danish, can you not get? Danish, what's wrong, man? Can you not get over here? What's happening over there?
All right, so the next one I have, I think you guys have kind of already covered a little bit, but when I was playing it, I felt like the
No worries,
the
Bacon.
co-op campaign.
I got you covered for now. I have to take your freaking paragraphs.
It would still be fun, but like that felt like the true game I was supposed to be playing. Was that always the case that it was going to be focused like mainly on a co-op?
Don't steal anything over there.
Yeah, we definitely.
Jason's coming
developed
for you.
co-op,
There you go. He's gonna help you.
experience, and that was the driving force.
There you go.
And then and obviously with class-based gameplay as well, we're thinking about mixing
Oh,
and matching.
he left. What?
But we so the
He evaporated.
idea of doing a more single-player focused campaign did come along a little bit later in the experience. We always do sort of encourage co-op in the game, but we also play single-player all the time as well. It's more about like that's kind of the feeling that we're trying to evoke is the co-op and saving each other and going in together. But we also had to recognize, and this is just true, that the audience for the CCU level for VR is just not where it's going to be at for a traditional game. So we really
I don't know what happened to him.
want to think about what the first-person player experience is going to be. But yeah, it did come in a little bit later, but we wanted to make sure that like first-person players were having a great time as well once we realized that they probably wouldn't always be able to find a partner. And that's one reason too, some people may know that we transitioned from 4 players to 2 players, partially performance as well. Performance is a big element of it, but also we realized how many players are going to get that 4-player experience was actually relatively small, so we wanted to make sure that we could spend our time really focused on the experience that we thought a lot of players would have, which would be 1 player or 2 player.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good go. Yeah, definitely. Who we got, Justin?
Yes, perfect. So you kind of touched on it on the controller scheme already. I just want to first of all say thank you for giving us aim support. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Brilliant for that. That's awesome. And I know the PC uses 2 hands.
Yeah, it was too funny.
Has there ever been a moment where you kind of like thought you might transition the 2 hands to PSVR, or you just going to stick with aim, or any discussion there at any point?
So we don't, we think we're going to stick with our control scheme for PlayStation with the DualShock and the aim. The DualShock is the #1 thing, so we thought about that a lot, and then the aim is really cool. But the 2 hands, so the analog, so the Move controllers don't have an analog stick.
Yeah.
And we realized early on that we were really struggling with getting what we had on PC onto those moves. And we know that everyone has a DualShock at least, and it for shooter gameplay, I mean, playing it on the DualShock, man. For me, it's like, we
were like celebrating, and then you just evaporated.
This is a shooter input, and then obviously the aim is made for that. So that's why we really focused on that. And then once we found our sort of gun shield design, we were really, really happy with that and just really focused on tuning that.
You need a raise, Danish.
That being said, we're thinking about some improvements around the aim controller. We know that trigger tiredness is kind of an issue. So that is something that we'll be addressing very soon.
Oh, awesome. Wow. No, you're brilliant for giving us the aim. That's like, we couldn't ask for more than that. That's awesome.
Well, we should also, Sony also was like really keen on that, and we worked with them on it, and we wanted to support it, but they were really great.
That's awesome.
They provided aims to us so that we could, so that
Excellent.
we can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so when you're talking about the DualShock and the aim controller, in the Q&A, I don't know if there's a game on PlayStation VR that doesn't have the DualShock. I thought every VR game had to have the DualShock as a defaulted control method.
I know that
anyway.
they have to support it, but they
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They definitely recommend it, and I would recommend it for any developer because that's the base controller everybody's going to have, and you don't want to keep people out because they don't have moves.
Yeah.
No, that's right. Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, for not every game it's going to work, I guess. I mean, some games they really just want to have the two-handed, and I understand that. It's a whole process to take your control scheme and make it different for two different platforms.
Yeah, so we've got God Cannon next.
Yeah, so how difficult was it to get the jogging mode in the free Locomotion to work properly? I'm blown away that you were able to create the same effect other companies have that make hardware to capture movement. Will this technology be applied to any other games that you make, or will your work with other companies to apply your technology on other games?
So the jogging mode and all the Locomotion modes were developed in-house with a lot of prototyping, a lot of testing, a lot of tuning, a lot of tweaking, and a lot of gameplay. So we're really proud of all of them. We wanted the jogging mode in there. It's one of those ones that's really not, maybe for beginners when they first pick it up, they're so confused by it. But gamers who really want that sense of immersion and also just streamers who want to just look like they're having fun running around. That's what we thought was like really the best. And so, those Locomotion mechanics, I mean, we've done so much work on them. You can definitely, I can guarantee that they will be in our next game because we're really happy with the Locomotion. And also it's one of those things that we love to take feedback on. We love to provide as many options as possible. So we're really interested in what people like in terms of their Locomotion. And it may not be something we implement, but we're always willing to test it in-house and try it out with the team and see if it works for the type of game we're going to make.
Awesome. I know this guy to my left is a huge fan of it.
9 minutes jogging mode last night.
Yeah, we took on survival. I was sitting down.
Yeah, oh yeah, for good reason.
And I actually like to do the thing where I hold my legs together and then just bop up and down with my knees, and that's actually how I like to use it.
That's what I was telling people. Like, get Creed for the arm day, and then they got your game for the leg.
Get out of here, Prophet. That's awesome.
That's so great.
That's hilarious.
Too many people skip leg day. Yeah, the VR Fit guy's going to love that.
VR's new tagline, don't skip leg day. Actually, the designer, Marina, who came up with jogging mode, she'll be so thrilled that there's big fans of it because she did fight for it.
Nice.
People were confused.
The fight was worth it.
So I let her know.
And it's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. So have you got any content updates or any planned DLC coming or anything like that?
So the team is working on some updates. As I mentioned, the trigger fatigue. We're also just adding, I have to say that like I can't give away everything, but we are working on things that people have commented on. We are definitely listening to people, so we really appreciate the feedback. We and we're also fixing bugs and things that people are bringing up. So
sorry, Prophet, you got to deal with Met now.
If you're in Twitter or Reddit or our Facebook page or anything like that, if you're writing it, we are probably taking a look and considering it for our updates.
You guys hear that?
We do want to address issues that players
definitely
are having.
Voice your opinion, voice your feedback, and they're taking it into account. So VR devs listen, unlike other devs.
And want it to grow. That's definitely what we're working on.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I can't actually think of many bugs in that game at all, actually. Apart from the ones you're killing sort of thing, I can't actually think of...
Millions.
Yeah, a lot of bugs, yeah.
Well, yeah. At least they know they can contact, and they're here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Evasion support, all one word, at Archiact VR, and also we have Mel on our community. She's great, and she passes everything along to the team, and we're a small team, but we're listening.
That's awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
We'll definitely try to collect as much feedback for you guys as possible to help you out as well.
Sure. Yeah, send it along.
Yeah, man. Has anyone else got any other questions at all they'd like to ask? If not, I can feel a bit of laser tag possibly coming on. I think we covered everything.
Yeah,
man. I think we covered everything.
Well done.
Well done. Yeah. How did you get it to look so sharp?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that last night.
The sharpness of the game. No, I mean, that's a joke question, but
no fog at all.
There's no blur.
It looks great, and the colours are very vibrant. It's a very vibrant game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Richard, so awesome of you, man.
Work at the end,
Thank you for jumping in, dude. Good to see you. I'll see you on To the Top tonight.
Some of the older trailers, you'll see a bit of a different look. We've been really trying to, we took, while we were doing QA process, we were also just enhancing lighting. We got shadows in at the very, very end. So we took all of the time we had until probably the very last day almost. If we could handle it, we were trying to push that
Return of the Bacon.
And I would recommend, if you have access to like a higher end PC, checking out the Epic settings, because
What's up, Pete? That's cool too, man. I like Wizards.
Some of the extra work being done there as well.
Yeah,
but also on PlayStation Pro has enhancements as well, so every level has a little bit of enhancement. And then we're all the way down to the 960 i5 is our lowest level, but it also looks great. So that's a team of really innovating on performance, and then also just having a really high level of quality.
It looks fantastic.
One of the questions I always get asked, and you guys who stream that, they always want to know, is the Pro worth getting? Is it, I mean, from a developer's point of view, do you find the Pro...
No, that doesn't count.
There's a bit more there for you.
All right, well, thank you so much for dropping in.
Yeah, there is. There definitely is. I haven't even gotten a Pro yet. And I'm on base kit at home, but I am getting one.
Nice.
And I would definitely recommend it if you can pick it up. But that being said, we worked on Evasion a lot on the base because we wanted to make sure that experience was great first. But yeah, you can get better. There's definitely more there on the Pro. We have better shadows on the Pro. That does make a visual difference. And yeah, lines are a bit clearer. You can do more with anti-aliasing on the Pro. So things are a bit sharper. Things are a bit clearer. I think it's a nicer experience, but we didn't want to be a title where it was like, oh, it's only good on the Pro, and on the base it's like, don't play.
Right.
You're right.
That happens a lot.
Other developers kind of say it was so brutal getting it on the base, so we put it on the base first, and then we
look at all these shenanigans going on back there.
It was sort of like we forced ourselves.
That makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
To do it that way, and so now when we played on the base, we're not unhappy. We're like, oh, this is really great, and then when we played on the Pro, we're like, oh, it looks better.
Yeah, I mean, the installer base, I don't know what the actual sales numbers of a Pro are to a base PS4. I don't know if anyone knows those figures.
I think it's about 1/5 of the audience.
Oh, wow.
And then if you take the headset into account, the audience gets smaller from there. So it's not a massive audience. But I like the Pro. If you're thinking about switching, it's great. I mean, this holiday season, I bet they're on sale. So.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You heard it here first.
I really want the red Spider-Man one.
Oh, that's
nice.
Yeah, cherry red.
I wish I got the see-through blue one. That one would have been awesome.
Oh, that'd be awesome too.
500
Yeah.
PlayStation.
500
I tried to get that. I tried to get it. We were on a phone in a restaurant trying to buy it.
Jeez.
We did not get through. We did not get through.
That's dedication. I appreciate it.
On a Best Buy website that was completely failing.
That was one of the sexiest game consoles of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
That was super sexy. Even the actual DualShocks, I think you can buy them.
Yeah. You can buy those, separate. And the gold headphones too. Yeah, you can buy those separate as well.
Gold really? They have a version?
Yeah,
oh, man,
they're not. They're
awesome.
the gold brand, but they have the same art design where they're like see-through. You know, it's really cool.
Wow.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, I would recommend playing Evasion on that if you haven't.
I recommend playing Evasion on
that. I play all my games with the golds on. I know.
If I could recommend a few things that we've come out with since, so in case you're not aware, so on PlayStation, we just put out 8 new avatars for PSN. They're all free.
Yes.
So I would highly recommend them. They look really cool. Not as cool as these outfits here, but they are trying. And then we also did a theme. It's 75% off right now, I think. So it's like just over $1. Yeah, theme on PlayStation.
Is it like a dynamic theme?
Yeah, it's a dynamic theme.
Music.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the gnats and stuff, they'll actually fly in front of your icons and things like that. So
nice.
It's really nice.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That sounds cool.
And then the other thing I'll plug is, because people don't usually check out the settings or the credits, we did add a little fun game element in the credits where you can actually shoot our names. So
that's awesome. I love that.
The credits a fun experience, and you will get a trophy for it.
Yes.
So it's worth checking.
Is there anyone in particular you want us to shoot?
I feel it's very cathartic for me to shoot myself.
Excellent.
So that's my plug. Thank you guys for this. And for playing Evasion.
Yeah, thank you.
Love your show.
Thanks for supporting PSVR. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it. Yeah,
definitely keep up the great work.
Show is awesome.
Oh, no, thank
you. Yeah, thank you guys for all the
things. I have a PlayStation VR at home that I use every day, so I am one of the community too.
Well, feel free to jump in Rec Room at any time.
Yeah.
You'll find us.
I will. Now that I've used it a little bit more, I will jump in.
Awesome.
Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
Welcome to Danish. How you doing, man? You all right?
Thank you guys so much for all joining in. I really appreciate all you guys jumping in.
Dude, man. No, I'm good. Thank you.
You guys are the best.
Seriously, what's behind that, dude?
And yeah, stick around. We'll be hearing more for thanks, Pete.
Yeah, exactly. Assistance getting
thank you guys.
I didn't realize he was writing me. He couldn't get up here. I was like, just jump. Just jump over.
I tried to jump through that.
Thanks, man. It's for my own good, really. Because otherwise I'd be talking through the whole thing.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll high five Jen for them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Wait,
which one?
I'll do that. Here we go. We'll do the fist bump.
Oh.
Do the fist bump. Don't leave hanging. That's for you guys.
Awesome, guys. I will see you all later. Thank you so much for joining in once again. I'll catch you guys all later.
PSVR chat show.
You guys are the best.
And we'll see you all soon.
See ya.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's really easy to do. You guys crack me up. I'll see ya. Later, guys.
I should out actually because I'm at 3 o'clock now.
All right.
Not a problem.